Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're doing a full face of first impressions / one brand makeup tutorial and it's on MUA cosmetics. They are very affordable, so I thought we'd test out some of their new stuff. So if you want to see how I achieved this look using all MUA, keep watching. Okay, so we'll start with, we'll do primer because I'm not doing the eyeshadow, so I don't need to do my brows first. So for primer, I've got the Pro Base Moisturising Primer. This is the one in the blue tube. I've seen quite a few people use this, especially on TikTok, so we'll give this a go. I think it wasn't too expensive. I want to say about £4. So that's the consistency. It's actually quite thick. Let's give this a go. My face is a bit battered because I waxed my chin and I've not done it in a while. So it don't think it agreed with it. This feels really nice going on though. Very smooth. Yeah, I mean, it's just a primer. It's moisturising, it feels nice, it feels smooth. No complaints so far. We then have the Pro Base Long Wear Matte Foundation. Now, I typically don't like matte foundations, but this is the only one that I've seen that people have said is actually quite good, and I don't even know if this is their only foundation, full stop. Could be, maybe. So it says, full coverage, long wear formula with a matte finish, blends easily for shine control that lasts all day. I got the shade 110. Oh, it's like a spatula. I'm going to do this side with a sponge and then the other side with a brush. I'm going to be more prepared this time than we were last time. So real techniques. I probably should have done the side with a massive dry patch with my sponge, but oh well. I mean, you can tell a difference from side to side. I mean, this could just be because I never wear matte foundation. But it does look a little bit dry. Not terrible though. Again, I think if you like matte foundation, it'd probably be fine. I just have dry skin, especially now, like I've said, with all this on my chin area. I'm going to apply less on this side because we're using a brush. Brush we will use, I don't really have any clean ones. We'll go in with the Spectrum B01. It was from the like Mean Girls collection, I think. I mean, it has clung to this dry patch, but not a terrible amount, not as much as some other foundations have. The coverage is alright. I'd say a low medium to just medium coverage. It's not full coverage. I can still see some redness on my cheek area. I don't know how well it's picking up on camera. It looks very dry here. This is my like problem area with the foundation. It either wants to sit or it doesn't. I think I'll have to try this a bit more, maybe when like my skin's like freshly exfoliated and like deeply moisturised and stuff, and see if I can get it to work. So far it's alright. Concealer, we have the matching concealer. This is a Pro Base concealer. I picked up the shade 101. This I don't have too high hopes for because I've tried an MUA concealer that looked like this in the past and it wasn't the best, I will say. It is very fair. And we'll do some under my eyes. Yeah, it's very, very liquidy. I think this was about £2. Put on a little blemish. Some on my chin. And we'll just go back in with that sponge Yeah, it blended out easy, but I think it's because it pretty much blended out into nothing. Try it out under the eyes. I mean, it's definitely brightened. Yeah, I don't think it's given me really any extra coverage. You can still see my bags, which I have quite a problem with. I think if you were very much going for like a super light concealer and you just wanted it to mainly brighten up your under eyes and you don't have terrible bags, this would probably be okay. And for like the £2, £2.50 it costs, if that's what you're buying it for, then that's what you'll probably achieve. Oh well, to be fair, it does say full coverage, so it's not full coverage, so that's a lie. I'd definitely say light to medium, would not say full coverage at all in the slightest. So I have some cream blushes and I've been really excited to try these because they are £2.50 and they're supposed to be a dupe of the Glossier Cloud Paints and they're like £15, so I literally got 5 of these and it was cheaper than one Cloud Paint, so if these work just as well, that's fine by me. I've got the shades Taupe Tango, which is a more nude shade, Peach Puff, which as the name will suggest, more peach, Tiger Lily, which is more vibrant like orange, Rouge Noir, which is like a deeper berry, I bet that would look amazing on deeper skin tones, and then Watermelon, which is a brighter pink. So we're going to go in with Peach Puff, Mind the Dirty Makeup palette. So that's the kind of colour, can you see? Kind of. It's just a very peachy shade. So I'm going to pick some of that on my sponge on one side, and then again we'll use my typical cream blush brush on the other side. I think it'll be quite hard to tell because again the foundation's not really covered my redness very well. I mean, it's blended easy. It's definitely done something. You can definitely see a difference between the two. It's just very light, but then again it is a very light shade, so maybe that's why. Try apply some more. So on the other side I'm going to pick up my MAC 130S, which is my regular kind of like cream cheek brush, and I'm just going to see if this will pack on a bit more colour. So you can see the colour there. Pat over it with a sponge now. Yeah, I definitely think applying it with a brush and then just kind of going over the edges with a sponge is the way to apply that. If you want a super natural look, just a sponge will be fine and you'll just get a really sheer coverage. If you want a bit more of a blush, then do a brush first and then go on top with your sponge. So this is the MUA Bronzed Matte Bronzing Powder. Mine's in the shade Solo 100. It's quite a light bronzer. They do have a shimmery version of this, I believe, but I just got the matte one. So we're going to take this on a Morphe M527. This is like £2.50 as well, so really affordable. And we'll pop this on. Ooh. Grab a mirror. It's not patchy, it's gone over that cream blush really well. It's a nice light colour, so if you're quite fair like me, that's a good one. Ooh. I actually really quite like that. For £2.50, I don't really think you can go wrong, to be honest. For powder blush, we have these two. One's a shimmer blush and one is a matte blush. So we have the shade Papaya Whip, which is the matte blush, which is a nice like nudie peachy colour. And then we have this one, which I'm going to use today, is the shimmer blush in the shade Pink Champagne. So as you can imagine, it looks to be a bit of like a orgasm dupe. Or like that's what it's aiming to be, like a nice peachy pink with gold shimmer through it. So we'll go with that one. Again, Morphe M405. I mean, it's applied nice, a bit strong, but we'll sort that out. I think I've just got the habit now of like applying way too much blush. Is it anything revolutionary? No, it is just a powder blush. Is it nice? Will you be disappointed for £2.50? Also no. So for highlighter, we have these two. This one is the MUA Luxe Glow Beam Highlighting Powder. This is in the shade Cashmere. This is going to be way too dark. I've already swatched this one because I wanted to see which one it is. It's like a little grindy pot. It's a weird, almost like taupey colour. I mean, so you can see it's very dark. So we're going to use this one, which this is a coloured highlighter, which I don't tend to use. It's the Prism Loose Highlighting Powder. Mine's in the shade Star Illusion. This is, it doesn't say. I think it was meant to be like a holographic, like duochrome colour. This was like on sale for £2.50, so I didn't want the pressed highlighters because I feel like everyone's tried their pressed highlighters and they're fine. So I wanted to try this one. So again, Morphe M501. I can already see the pink in the lid. And just, I mean, it shows up. That's for sure. Doesn't really give me a cast. I mean, it's going to give you a tiny one because it's coloured. It's not just like a gold. I mean, it smells a bit cheap. Let's have a look. Ooh. So it's definitely very pink. But if that's what you were looking, you can't really see the pink on camera. In person, it's very duochrome pink. So if you were looking for a nice pink highlighter, I mean, it's definitely there and it's definitely pink. Don't hate it. So for brows, there's 3 brow pencils and then there's a brow gel. The brow gel is the Brow Define Tinted Brow Mascara. I got mine in the shade Mid Brown. We then have just their like wooden eyebrow pencil, again in Mid Brown. I have actually used this before. This I quite like if I'm using my Pink Honey Brow Glue and I'm like really feathering up my brows. And I just run a tiny bit through this just to kind of deepen them more than define them or anything. We obviously have the micro brow pencil that I used in my last video. Go watch that if you want to see my opinion. I absolutely love this one and it's only £2.50. And the one we're going to try today is the Brow Define Eyebrow Pencil with Blending Brush, again in Mid Brown. It's like the kind of like Benefit Goof Proof where it's like a triangle. And then on the other side, it's got that. So I don't know how we're going to feel about that, but we'll give it a go nonetheless. But I'm going to start with the brow gel because otherwise I feel like you don't really see what the brow gel does because it's covered up in a lot of pencil. So I should have done this before I tinted my brows because now my brows are a bit darker than the colour. Ooh. Right off the bat, the brush is way too big. Oh, it was going so well. Can you see that there? It's because the brush is just so big. Like, you compare that to like a gimme brow, it's huge. The colour is very warm and like caramelly, which I don't mind, but not when my brow's like freshly tinted, because it doesn't go that warm. Ignore that front bit, we'll try sort that out. Maybe not my day. Go with this side. Maybe start on the tail. See, that looks fine. Start on the tail and then bring it forward. Okay, so that looks a lot better than that. The front still don't look great on either side, to be honest. Let me try to take a concealer, like buffing brush, and just buff over the front. I'll fix it with pencil. I'm going to leave that there. Anyway, now for the pencil. Again, it's like that triangle shape. I don't need to do a lot of filling in. Oh. Brows aren't my friend today. And they were so easy to do when I last filmed. I'm actually finding this harder to work with than the Benefit one. You won't be able to see on camera, but up close it's just really quite waxy. So it's laying on the product really quite thick. Let's try the blending brush. I mean, the brushes work to like fluff out the front. I mean, is it the worst brow product I've ever tried? No. It works, it just takes a bit of working with. Like, that brow is just not going well, but that one went fine. So I think if you're on a budget and it was like one of your only options, then I think it'd be fine. But even then, just go with the skinny brow pencil. This is amazing. Mascara. I didn't buy an eyeshadow palette because none of them intrigued me, and I've tried MUA's formula before and it's not my favourite, and it is only £4. However, I much prefer Revolution's eyeshadow formula and they're pretty much the same price point, so that's my little insight to the eyeshadow palette. So I didn't bother picking one up because I kind of knew my thoughts, but I've never tried one of their mascaras, so we'll give it a go. This is the Amplify Statement Lash. I just picked whichever one came up first on the website, to be honest. I've not opened this yet. Tell me that is not their real from Benefit brush. We'll see. It seems very liquidy. Let's have a look. I mean, I can feel it grabbing the lashes. I mean, you can definitely see them. I think if you wanted a very natural mascara, or you just wanted one that you don't really care what it does because you're going to throw on false eyelashes anyway, then this would probably be fine. Okay, so we just have lips now. So there's 5 of the lip liners. These are £1.50. They're all weird shades though. I think this is going to be the closest one, but I know when I take it off. Oh no, it's quite alright. Is it? Let me swatch it. It's going to have to be. This is the shade Love Letter. It looks like on the thing it's going to be quite like a nudie pink, but it's actually a bit brighter than that. But this is the closest one we've got, because the other shades are like bright pink, concealer nude, or like dark berries. I'm just gonna feather it into my lips a bit more, because it'll just make it easier to blend the lipstick into it. And then for lipstick we have 3. We've got the MUA Luxe in the shade #10, which is a nice peachy nude. We have 2 of the Velvet lipsticks, which I believe these are new. This is a shade Dreamy, which is a nice pale nude. And then Secret, which is a bit darker. I think we're going to go with this one because I feel like it'll hide the lip liner a bit better, unless it's way too dark. It's just a bit more brown. We'll work with it. And to be honest, I feel like lip products are the hardest to mess up because it's just a lipstick. Like, it's a basic formula. It's not something that requires something incredible. But that's the look. Oh, we forgot setting spray. So this is the Pro Base Fixing Spray All Day Long Wear. I mean, it's got a nice mist. It does smell very nice and fresh. This was again like a £5. I think everything here was under a £5. Not left any massive water droplets. Yeah, that one's fine. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, then please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. I will link everything that I've used today down below. And yeah, I'll see you next time.